Okay, as we enter a fresh new day in trade, let's take a look at how the global handover panned out from last night. Now, let me tell you, there's been a stark reversal in global equities as of last night. There was a ground shaking move in the US where the Dow slid more than 800 points or 3%. This is its biggest one-day decline since June. S&P was down 3.5% as well, and the Nasdaq dropped 5%. So tech stocks finally sharply reversing. Obviously, Apple led the fall over here. 8% fall seen in Apple shares alone. But however, the overall tech index had its worst day, falling 5.83%. I don't think we've seen the Nasdaq do that at any point in the last, 3 to 4 months. Now, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Alphabet, and Microsoft all closed sharply lower as well. So it wasn't just Apple. We're flagging that off because it was the largest fall, but all the FANG stocks corrected yesterday. Big tech seems to be primed for a steep decline as futures continue to decline. So, Dow futures are down 200 points, so 0.7%. S&P futures are down nearly 1%. Nasdaq futures are still down 1.6%. So we're anticipating another fall tomorrow. Not to the same degree, but at least 1/3 of what we've already seen last night, unless the futures reverse while we trade here in day. Another thing to look out for in the US is that the job report is supposed to be out. And if that's a disappointment, again, it could lead to more pressure on the markets. That should be out today or tomorrow. Now, coming to Asia this morning, on the back of this US handover that I just mentioned to you, Asia is extremely weak. The Kospi, which has been the best performing index, it's South Korean. It's also seeing the biggest fall, so 2.25% in early trade being shared right off the bat. Nikkei is down 1.5%. The Topix is down 1.15%. In Australia, the S&P reversed yesterday's gains and is now down about 1%. So overall, the MSCI index is down around 0.5%, which I must say is one of the largest falls we've seen over the last couple of months as well. Now, Europe, we're still going to wait for more cues out of there today to see how they perform, but yesterday they closed lower as well by 1.5%. That's for the Pan-European Stock 600. All your sectors were pretty much in the negative territory. Tech stocks here as well, even in Europe, shed collectively 4%. There were a few winners though, surprisingly, which we just want to flag off. Melrose gained 12%, British Airways parent IAG climbed 6%, EasyJet and Lufthansa all added more than 4%. So there's a clear move among the aviation and travel stocks, but everything that's been leading the indices higher in recent times has definitely cooled off. Now, oil and gold, both of them fell yesterday as well. So oil prices have touched their lowest price since early August. Spot, or rather Brent crude, fell 0.7% at $44. WTI was down 14 cents at $41. So some pressure on the oil markets as demand concerns are still quite apparent. And then gold prices fell to a one-week low on Thursday as well. Spot was down 0.6% to 1930. After recovering a little bit, it actually fallen to 1926. And then US gold futures dropped 1.7% to settle at 1944. So quite surprising that on a day where equities took a thrashing, gold didn't perform, and perhaps that has something to do with how the dollars moved during that period.